and welcome. I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Seifenblasen by Myxo. Seifenblasen is the German word for soap bubbles, and that is very evocative of the grid that we have here. It's a lovely symmetrical grid. I really like it. Okay, if you'd like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it'll be the first link in the description. Let's have a look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every box. Min-max cells. Digits in grey cells with arrows pointing outwards are greater than each of their edge-adjacent neighbours. So, if this were a 7, can't be a 7. If this were an 8, then none of these could be a 9. They would all have to be less than 8. Digits in grey cells with arrows pointing inwards are smaller than each of their edge-adjacent neighbours. So if that were a 3, none of these could be a 1 or a 2. Okay. Renban. Digits on pink circles form a non-repeating consecutive sequence in any order. So if we discovered that this were a 9, then this could be a 7 and an 8 and a 6. Doesn't matter what the order is to follow the Renban rule. And that applies to these 3 pink circles. German whispers. Adjacent digits along green circles must differ by at least 5. So if this were a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to be at least 5 away from it. Okay. Region sum lines. These are the blue circles. Box borders divide blue circles into segments that must sum to the same total. So this digit must be the same as this digit and must sum, and these 2 digits sum to that value. And 10 lines. Orange circles must be divided into 1 or more segments, each of which sum to 10. So we're going to make some non-overlapping segments, and all of the segments that we create, 1 or more, will have digits that sum to 10. Okay. That's all the rules. I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Where is the constraint? Okay. There's some constraint on these. So this digit must be bigger than all of these. And the lowest these could be would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So that must be at least 5. If this were 2, 3, 4, 5, this would have to be at least 6. But that's at least 5. Likewise, this is at most 5 if this were a 9, 8, 7, 6 Renban. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well that is not 9 or 7. Not being 9 does actually change the maximum on here. So if this were its largest, 8, so the maximum now on this circle is a 7, but that's still, well, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is definitely a 4 in one of those. That is not affected by those because that's a low. Okay. Got lots of options here. Okay, so one possibility is to have 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. That would be one single segment that sums to 10. I could have 2, 2, 1, 5. Yes. 2 and 2 with 1 and 5. And I could have 1 and 1, and then these two summing to 7, summing to 8. So 1, 1 with 2, 6, or 3, 5. That would have to be the 1 or the 2 if I had the duplicate, or it splits into two 2-cell segments, each of which sums to 10. I can't have a 3-cell segment that sums to 10 because that would leave a 1-cell segment over, which has a maximum of 9. So that one has a variety of options. Okay, because this one is different, because this is a minimum cell, this can't have a 1 on it. But if that were a 1, I could still do, could I still do 2s, and then these adding to 6? Oh no, because the adding to 6 would require 1, 5. I can't put 1 around here at all. 2s, a pair of 2s for the duplicate would require 1, 5. I couldn't do 2, 4 to make up the balance because I've already got a 2 in the box. Okay, so this is definitely 2 sets of digits that add up to 10. Can't be 9, 1 because that would put a 1 on the circle. So I could have 2, 7, 2, 8, 3, 7, or 4, 6. The highest set of digits would be 4, 6, and 3, 7. So I could have a 1 or a 2 in here. Okay, that could be a 9, which would force this to be 8 at the most. That could be as little as 1, which doesn't seem to do very much. Still has lots of options. What about this? Okay, so for German whispers, I can't put a 5 on a German whisper, because if I did that, the adjacent digit would have to be either 0 or less or 10 or more. Next, I'm going to be alternating between high and low. If I try putting, so by high I mean above 5 and low is below 5. If I try putting a low digit here, then this digit, if I tried making that low, it would have a maximum difference of 3, but I have a minimum difference requirement of 5. Same's going to happen if I try putting high digits next to each other. So how does that help? So that means we're alternating. So let's give some light colors because I think that's, there we go. So we can still see the green. All right. So the two yellows could be high and the two greens could be low, or the other way round. All right. I can't put a 9 as my high digit because then this would have no fill. And I can't put a 6 as a high digit because 6 would require 1 either side of it, and the two ones would see each other. Doesn't matter which cell I would put the 6 in. So therefore, the two high digits I have are 7 and 8. And 7 can only go next to 1 and 2. So that means these 4 digits are from 1, 2, 7, and 8, and that is a 9. Okay, we got a digit. That reduces the possibilities for that down to a maximum of 8, which is going to reduce these cells. Okay. All right, all 4 of these cells have to be more than 1. And that's important for these two cells, because that means that's a minimum of 2 and 3. And if that means that these are a minimum of 5. So they are 5, 6. It can't be 7. So these two digits are the same because of the region sum line. Can't be 7 because of this 7. Could be 8. And they can't be 9 because of this 9. Hmm. Okay. That's really clever. This digit sees these two in the row and sees that one by Sudoku in the box. This digit sees this one in its row. But these two digits are the same. So if they were 8, there would be no place for 8 on this quad. And we know that this is a 1, 2, 7, 8 quad. So that is not 8. That makes that a either 5 or 6. Can't place 1 on here. So I have 2 and 3 or 2 and 4, and I definitely have a 2 in one of those, which means that is not a 2, which means that's not a 1. Okay. So this ranges from wait, hang on. So these two are the sum of these two. But with the symmetry we've got, these two digits cannot these two digits see all four of the digits that are on the green circle plus the digit in the middle. So they cannot be 1, 2, 7, 8, or 9. So they are 3, 4, 5, or 6. 3, I mean that's a 1, 2 pair. That would then be 7, 8. That would be a 2, so that would be the 1, and that would be the 2. That seems reasonable. Hmm. 4 would mean that's 1 and 3. Again, that would be if that's 1 and 3, then that couldn't be 1. So one of those two would be the 2, one of those two would be the 1. Okay, 5 could give a 1, 4 there. Or a 2, 3, and 6 could be 1, 5 or 2, 4. So those are definitely from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then because this is the sum of those two, this is going to be greater than these two. We don't need to worry about that. That will just happen anyway. So this, that's a good point. This must be greater than this. So that is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Ah, that's 1 or 2. This can't be a 1, 2. The yellow digits can't be 1 and 2 because that would break this cell. So that's not 1. That is not 2. That gives me a 7, 8 pair that way. And that gives me a 1, 2 pair that way. That means that this can't be 3 because then I'd have that being a 1, 2 pair and that cell would break. Okay. So let's push the value of this up to at least 5 in order to be higher than the 4. I think that's worth pencil marking. So my duplicate possibilities on here with a pair of 1s and a pair of 2s. Can I do a pair of 3s? That's 6. I'd need 4, which would have to be 1, 3, but I've already got a 3 in the box. So I can't do a pair of 3s. Pair of 4s would be 8. I need a pair of 1s in the box. Okay, so in order to have 4 cells with a duplicate, this would have to be 1 or 2, and then one of these would have to be 1 or 2 as its duplicate. But I can't because of this 1, 2 pair. So this is either 2 sets of 2 digits that sum to 10, or it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. And if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad, that's a 1, 2 pair, and that's a 3, 4 pair, which seems doable. At the moment. Okay, can I have another look at this? We know that this is right. So if this is 2, then we have 7 and 3 and 6 and 4 on here. So 7 would have to be there or there, which would place 3 here or here. And then 6, 4, don't see any obvious restriction. If it's a 7, 8, on here, then the 7 and 8 go here, and the 3 and 4 go here. Is there anything wrong with that? No, I'm not seeing a problem with that. If this is 1, then this could be 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's 6, it could be 1, 5 or 2, 4. If it's 5, 1, 4 or 2, 3. If it's 4, that's definitely 1, 3. Okay, if this is 5, this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not seeing that right yet. If it's 6, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's 8, so 7 is the maximum on here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7, 6, 5, 4. So right, so we don't have any more definite digits on here. If it was 7, 6, 5, 4, seventh would be in one of those two. Where is the pressure? Okay, this digit in this box must be in one of those three. If it is here, then what? All right, if this is 1, then that's 2. So 2 would go into one of those two. 7, 8 would be here. 3 would have to be on one of these two. And I'd need 4 and 5 somewhere. That'd be 7, 8. No, I am not seeing it. What am I missing? There's some pressure here somewhere. Okay, 9's definitely one of those four corners, but I don't see how that helps. Those aren't 9. Uh, okay, given we have no duplicates, the minimum this can be, so that's at least 5, right? 5, 6, 8. Yeah, minimum would be 1, 2, 3, 4, because we know there's no duplicates. So that's at least 5. Hmm. Okay, this is not 5, 6. This can't have 5 and 6 on it, I think. If it has 5 and 6 on it, so this cell sees these 3 and this cell is seen by this one. So basically these two, which are the same, see all 4 of these. There we go. If I have both 5 and 6 on it, then I can't fill this at all. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could have 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't have. If I have 2, 3, 4, 5, then that is 6. That is not 6. And then I have the same problem here. That 4 and 5. Yeah, this would get reduced to 4 and 5. So I can't have 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. So, and I can't have 1. So I can't have 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, it has to be 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the only way I can fill it. That's genius. Let me just explain that again. All right. So, I can't have 4 and 5 on these two. Sorry, I can't have 5 and 6 around this pink Renban because the 5 would, if I had a 5 on it, if the 5 were here, here, or here, it would eliminate that from being a 5, which by region sum would eliminate that from being a 5. And if the 5 were here, it would eliminate that from being a 5. And then 6, so which in itself is fine, but if I have 6 as well, it does exactly the same thing. And that eliminates both 5 and 6. We know I can't have a 1 on here, so 2, 3, 4, 5 would be possible. But if I have 2, 3, 4, 5 here, I have eliminated the 5 from this circle, making it 6. The 6 here eliminates the 6 here. And then I have the same problem with 2, 3, 4, 5 with my 4, 5 pair that I've, or my 4, 5 digits that I've then got here. So I can't have 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't have 5, 6, 7, 8. This has to be 6, 7, 8, 9. That is beautiful. And because I now definitely have a 6 on here, this must be a 5. And this can no longer be a 5 nor a 6, so that's a 4. That's very, very nice. Okay. So this, there we go. That is now a 1, 3 pair. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's no longer 1 or 4 or 5. That's the other location for 2 or 3 in the box. This 5 makes this a 2, 3 pair. Okay, that was nice. That was very nice indeed. This 5 makes that not 5. Okay. If, that's not a 4 by Sudoku, if we have 6, 4 on here, then that can't be 4, that can't be 4, that can't be 4, that would have to be 4. That would make the 4 that's on here go there. That seems reasonable. That would place a 4 up here. Hang on a minute. Right, I've got a 2, 3 pair here, I've got a 2, 3 pair here. So I've definitely got a 2 and a 3 in here. That's not a 3. Therefore, one of those two is a 3. Therefore, and I hate to do it across the box, but I'm going to have to remember that that's because it's on the circle. So I've definitely got a 7 and a 3 on this circle. If I have 8 and 2, that would make that a 7, 8 pair. That would be a 2, 3 pair. If I have 6, 4 on the circle, then that is the only place for 4. That would be 6. No, 4. That would be 7. Then I'd have a 3, 4, a 3, 6 pair here. There we go. That would be 4. That would be 7. That would be 3 and 6. So I either have 7 and 8 with 2 and 3, and that would be 1. Or I have, that's the only place for the 4. That would make a 6 to go there with the 3. And this would be a 7. Okay. So 5 is in one of those two, with either hang on, if this were if this were 4, that's 7, that's a 6, 3 pair. We know 2 is definitely down here, so that would be the 2, so that would be 5 with a 1. So if we have the 6 down here, that's 5 with a 1. And if we have the 2, 3 pair down here, and that's 7, 8, then that would be with a 6 up there. Why do I have 6, 7, 8, 9 here? That should have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's a 1, in fact. All right. I don't know why I mispencil marked that. I don't think I used that for anything, because I would have... Yeah, that was obviously wrong. These are larger than... Yeah, because I even mentioned that I couldn't put 1 on here because these are that was just mispencil marked. Therefore, 1 is not down here. Therefore, 1 is here, and 6 is not here. Okay, so that is not 4. And that is a 7, 8 pair. That removes 7. That's right, that removes 8 from here. these have done their colouring job. Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. There we go. So this is 5 or 6. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's definitely got 2, 3, and 4 on there, and I'm missing either 1 or 5. So let's, I think, remove the corner marks. Those two aren't 1s. Okay, those two aren't 9s, and one of those two is a 6, so those two aren't 6s. Where do I look next? Right, I've got a 3 in one of those two cells, and I've got a 3 in one of those two cells, so one of those two is a 3. And if this were 2 sets of digits summing to 10, then 3 would need a 7 to go with it. But with the 3 in either of these two places, it would require the 7 to go here or here. It can't be that. So therefore, I do not have 2 sets of 2 digits each summing to 10. This must be a 1, 2, 3, 4, because we had already eliminated the duplicates with a full set of 10 because of this 1 and 2. So that is a 2, that's a 1. That eliminates 1 and 2 from those. We now have a 2, 3, 4, 5 quad here, so that must be 6. That makes this 8. Got a 3, 4 pair here. This must be 6 and 7. Now that eliminates 6 and 7 from there. That eliminates an 8 from there. These digits are 1, 7, 8, and 9. All right. I am thoroughly enjoying this puzzle, even if I'm finding it a little tricky. So, these are 4, 5, 8, and 9. And that's not a 4, and that's not 9. Do I need to think about this circle? It's about the only thing I don't have much going on with. So anything I can eliminate from here. Oh, actually, that 2 is doing some work. That's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's a 2. No, other way around. That places 2 here by Sudoku, which removes 2 from there and places 2 there. So these digits in the row are from 3, 4, and 5. In fact, that is a 4. That's not 4, that's not 4, that's a 4. Go to 3, 5 pair in the row. Okay. This 3 resolves this 1 and 3. That removes a 1 from there, which pushes this up. This is now a minimum of 3, 4, 5, 6. Where is my next deduction? How are we doing on 2s? Ah, that's not a 2. This is now a minimum of 4 on here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6. So 6 and 7 are definitely on here. Yes, 7, 6, 5, 4 still allows that to be a 3. But those two can't be 7, so I have a 7 in one of those two. That makes that 6, and that's 7. And that eliminates 6 from those, pointing 6 this way. So that's 5 and 6, and then by Sudoku, that is a 6. And by Sudoku, that's a 6. So that is not, and that is. That gives me a 7, 8 pair. That removes 8 from those. And this is 4, 5, 9 by the row, but it's not a 4, so that's a 5 or a 9. And then by the box, this is 5, 7 or 9. Okay. If this were a 6, 7, 8, 9, then that would be 6 and 9. That would be 7 and 8. Don't see any obvious problem with that. Six in this column. Can't go there, so it must go there. That then by Sudoku places a 6 here, making that 6. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That's all my 6s. Only got 2 7s, but by Sudoku, one of those two is a 7. Okay. Right. So 4 is definitely in one of these 3 cells by the row. So that can't be a 4. And that 5 means that that is not a 5. That is a 3. Unfortunately, that doesn't... That's our least restrictive option. 5, because 5 would have required 6, 7, 8, 9 on here, but 3 gives us all of the options. Ah, 9 is in one of those two. So 9 is now not on the Renban. Therefore, 5 must be. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 can't go there. So 5 goes here, making that a 5, 7 pair, and now 4 can't go on because this is a 4, 9 pair. That makes this 8. And then this is a 1, 2 pair up here. And this 2 resolves those. How's that doing for 2s? Okay, you've got a 2 in one of those. That 5, 7 makes that 4. That is not 4. That is not 8 because of this 8. That gives me a 5, 9 pair to resolve the 4 and the 9. And that's not 9 or 5, that is 8. So that makes that the 7. That's not. That's 8. That is not 8. That's a 7, 9 pair on the Renban, so that's 8. That is 7. That is 8. That is 7, and that is 5. That gives me a 2, 8 pair here, which I don't think I can resolve. This 5, 9 makes this 3. These 2 are 1 and 5, which I do have resolved. Those are no longer 1s. Let's get some Sudoku out of the way. That 3 makes this a 5. So that's a 3. That 5 makes that 9. 5 and 9. That's 7. That is 9 by Renban. That is 5 by Sudoku. These 2 digits are 7 and 5, which I can place. Okay, that removes 7 from those. That's an 8, 9 pair. That's now a 1, 7 pair. This 3 which I got earlier, resolves my 2 and my 3 and my 2 and my 8. Ah, nearly done. This last digit up here is a 7. That gives me 4 and 9, which I don't think I have resolved yet. Okay, this 9 resolves the 8 and 9. All right, these two digits are 1 and from 1, 4, and 9. But neither of them can be a 9 by Sudoku, so that's a 1, 4 pair. That's 9. That's 4. That is 9 is the last digit in the column. There we go. That 7 is looking there. That's a 1. That's a 7. That makes that 4 and 1, and that's 4 and 3. And these two are 3 and 8, which go there and there. That is a fantastic puzzle, Myxo. Thank you ever so much for creating it. It's the interactions were just sublime. And then figuring out how 5 and 6 together on here would break this, and then 4 and 5 together would break this, which then forced a 6 onto here, which resolved the 5 and the 4. That was my favorite step, I think. Took me quite a while to spot it, but perhaps some of my viewers will have had better luck. No, thoroughly enjoyed that. You do some great puzzles. This one was certainly not one of your hardest ones. I've done some of your hard ones before, and yeah. But this was relatively approachable, at least for my level. It certainly not my longest of solves, but I really enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.